Tangsu Wu Seitian. Yes, that's the correct way to say it. A lot of you Chinese are very happy with me right now, I hope. Hey friends, welcome back to Everyone Gives Audio, and today we have the Tangsu Seitian Wu or Wu Seitian Heyday Edition, a collaboration with HBB, Bad Guy Good Audio Reviews himself. Big congratulations to Chris, by the way. I'm not gonna share what happens. Go to his community tab and read it for yourself. He's having the best day of his life and I cannot be happier for him, and also really near Christmas as well. So happy for you, Chris. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day and also the rest of the month as well. Back to the IM. This is marketed to be an upgrade to the original Seitian Wu. They did a number of upgrades to it, from the driver, the build quality, and the full list is right here for everything that they changed. Now, the original Seitian Wu for me was a good planar IM. I love the tonality of it. The tuning was really well done. Arguably one of the best tuned planar IMs on the market today. The only issue with it was pretty blunt and lacking that incisiveness, if you will. The note definition is just not quite there. Hence, I don't recommend it super highly above any other planar that are currently on the market. Now, this version fixes all of that issue while retaining the good tuning that the original has. So spoiler alert, the Heyday Edition is just a full upgrade to the original in nearly every way. So let's start off with a little bit of unboxing, since I didn't get to do the unboxing for this one. This is the front of the box. Much better looking than the original box, in my personal opinion. Has more character, just dark red and black. My favorite color combination, just looks awesome. Remove the sleeve and you get this inner box right here that opens like so. The inside, you get this little dear customer note thanking you for purchasing the Tangsu Seitian Wu Heyday Edition. It reads, "Thank you very much for purchasing this." Here's the case up close. Yeah, black looks better than the original one, but still huge. All of the other accessories are on the screen for you guys right now. Now for the IEMs and the cable. In comparison to the original, the Heyday Edition is built so much better. The original feels like a toy almost. Plasticky, just feels very cheap. This one is metal, feels premium, just an overall upgrade. And also the cable looks much nicer as well. Now on to sound, starting with the bass. The bass is the most noticeable improvement over the original. The original has more of this sub-bassy signature. It has good mid-bass, yes, but there's a lot of sub-bass, which really leads to the bass dynamics, the hits and slam, being more on the blunt side. It's more rumbly, yes, but each hits are not as satisfying or as distinct as it could be. The Heyday Edition fixes that completely. The bass on here is so much better. It sounds cleaner, sounds more distinct, just more impactful overall, a better bass quality. Moving on to the mid-range. Now, the lower mids didn't really see any changes. The changes comes in the upper mid-range, where the Heyday Edition is noticeably tamer than on the original. Now, that does a couple of things. One, it makes the overall timbre of instruments feel more natural. And number two, it eliminates the thinness that female vocals tend to have on the original. Though I should say it's more of a minor fix here, not really a super major one. Both of them still have great timbre and great naturalness to instruments. The Heyday is just better. The treble area on both models are surprisingly near identical, not much change here. The original version already has decent treble, so the Heyday just has the same thing. Now, what I've found with these two is that the deeper you insert them into your ears, the better the treble quality. And this tends to be a similar story with a lot of other IEMs as well, but we'll discuss the treble and insertion depth in a different video. But yes, the deeper you insert both models into your ears, the better the treble response. Now, how do you do that? Well, changing tips. Go for smaller tips that can fit deeper into your ears. Next is technical performance. Let's bring up my scale right here, put the original version on the scale, and the Heyday Edition lands right below the Timeless. Yes, the Timeless still edges it out in note definition, but everything else is pretty much on par. Instrumental separation is good. Soundstage is a little bit better than on the original, but not that big of a difference. Imaging is a big improvement over the original due to it just having better note definition in general. But yes, that's where the Heyday lives in technical performance land, above the original slightly below the Timeless. Now let's touch on a couple cons that has to do with the Heyday, because every IEM has a con. Con number one is that it might be too warm for some of you guys out there who want a very clean mid-range reproduction. The Heyday and also the original leans more on the warm and hefty side. So male vocals are gonna come across with more weight than your typical dead neutral IEMs. Con number two, the treble extension can be a little bit smoother, especially for the price. And this is kind of a new con in this price bracket, because a lot of IEMs are coming out now that has really good treble quality, especially around this price. And the Heyday just falls just a little bit short of having that pristine level treble that one or two other sets have. Now, lastly, let's do a really quick comparison with the other Planars on the market. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but just tell you guys which one I prefer right now. So the Heyday versus the S12. Now, the S12 holds a very special place in my heart. It is a unique tuning that oddly works. So for me, I still really love the S12. I don't think anything can replace that for me. The Heyday is much more of a conventional good tuning IEM. You can play a lot of genres on the Heyday and it will sound good. It's much more versatile than the S12. So in this case, the Heyday is a better IEM than the S12 due to it being more versatile, and also the tuning is not as niche as the S12. Now, in comparison to the Timeless, I much prefer the Heyday's timbre over the Timeless. The Timeless has this kind of metallic-y timbre to it, especially when compared to something as natural sounding as the Heyday. For daily listening, if I have to pick between the Heyday and the Timeless, I would pick the Heyday. Even though the Timeless has more details, but more details only matters if I enjoy the rest of the tuning as well, which on the Heyday, the tuning is just better. Versus the Hook X is warmer, more relaxing, loungy type of environment, so a different signature than the Heyday. Both are very good, and I would say the timbre is pretty much on par as well. I would say if you want an even warmer signature, then you would go for the Hook X. If you want something slightly bit more neutral, then you would go for the Heyday. And with that being said, what's my final verdict on the Heyday? I would say the Heyday gets a green thumbs up from me. It is one of the best tuned planar IEM on the market right now. I'm impressed, especially by the bass. It's so nice and distinct sounding, dynamics, just a big upgrade from the original version. All in all, if you're looking for a planar around $200, or if you're looking for a planar period, get the Heyday. It's just one of the best out there right now. And with all that being said, I'd like to thank my Patreon subscriber. Now we have Kay, Shadwick, Suni Roll, Norm, and Mr. Mason, of course. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the channel yourself, link to Patreon is below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, bye.